Balsamic pickled apricots are one that I have to be honest, I thought would be disgusting. When my friend first showed me the recipe, there was no way that I would have made it on my own. But I did find that if you ate it the right way, then it was actually really good. It's not something that I would just crack open and eat plain, but added to certain meats or even certain breads because of the balsamic vinegar, kind of like how you dip bread in the balsamic vinegar and oil. It can be really, really good. So I'll start out by making my syrup for this, and I do that with 1 cup of balsamic vinegar, half a cup of grape juice, half a cup of water, half a cup of honey, 2 cinnamon sticks, and 6 whole cloves. I'll place this on the stove and bring it to a boil. While the syrup's coming to a boil, I'll prepare my apricots, and it's really easy. I just cut them in half, take out the pit, and then split them again. So I'm just quartering my apricots, and then I'll place them in a pint-sized jar. Again, cut them in half, pull out the pit, and quarter them. This usually uses somewhere around 2 pounds of apricots. Now that it's come to a boil, I'll reduce the heat and let it simmer for 5 minutes. Now I'll remove my sticks of cinnamon. Ooh, I forgot to mention, don't do this in an aluminum pan. It needs to be stainless steel or enamel because of the vinegar. Then I'll pour the syrup over the top of my apricots, and I'll pour it right through this sieve that goes on top of my canning funnel, and that will catch the cloves. I'll leave a 1/2 inch of headspace at the top, which is the space between the top of the food and the top of the jar. I'll then use a wooden chopstick to debubble my jars, and this is just so that if there's any air bubbles that are trapped in between the apricots, that they'll be released at this point. I usually go up and down the outside of the jar, just kind of move my apricots around. And I still want to make sure that I maintain that 1/2 inch of headspace, so if when I'm moving them around, the apricots go higher than that, then I need to push them back down. I'll use a clean damp cloth to wipe off the rim of my jars so that if any of the vinegar got on the edge, that it won't interfere with the seal. I'll then place on my lids and rings until they're fingertip tight. I'm using Superb lids today. They are actually an American-made company, and so they have really good quality. I really like the squishy blue seal. It's super thick. I feel like it holds my jars really well and seals well. In fact, they state that they'll seal for up to 36 months, which is twice what the normal ones say. I have a link as well as a 20% off coupon code that's in the description below. Now I'm going to place these in my boiling water bath, submerged by more than 1 to 2 inches of water, and then I'll process them for 10 minutes. If I'm at sea level, I'm at 1,200 feet, so I'll go for 15, but I won't start my timer until after it starts to boil. Now that the processing time is done, I'll turn off the heat, remove the lid, and let it cool for 5 minutes. I'll remove the jars from the canner and place them on a heat-resistant surface about 1 to 2 inches apart so that they can cool quickly. I'll allow them to stay there for 24 hours so that they can get a good seal. I can tell that they have a good seal if the center of the lid is depressed down. If it is, I remove the rings, wash them with hot soapy water, and place them in a cool, dry, dark location, like my pantry, and use them in the next 1 to 3 years. If any of them hasn't sealed, I'll place them in the refrigerator for immediate use. Immediate use in this case would actually be starting at 3 weeks away. Because of the vinegar in it, it won't go bad, but the flavor will not be what it should be until it's been sitting in that vinegar for about 3 weeks. And that is why I'm not going to be doing a taste tester today, but the way that I recommend eating it is on some fresh sourdough with a little drizzle of olive oil.